Hello and welcome back to the Yogi's Pod. So I got this comment the other day asking me why I haven't taken brahmacharya. And then the commenter goes on to add that he is thinking of doing the Samima program, but he's afraid that he is going to leave his family. Okay, so thank you for your question first of all. And I know you mean no disrespect, and you have put your question forward very politely. But please allow me to be a little direct and cut right through the nonsense. And if you bear with me through this, I have an important point to make, which may prove to be valuable to you, not only in regards to your spiritual aspect, but every other aspect of your life as well. And in case I'm unsuccessful in conveying my point by the end, I apologize in advance for being rude. So listen, let's say you decided to take up swimming lessons. Would it be a valid concern for you to think that what if I slip and fall into a pool and somehow I accidentally turn into Michael Phelps? That would completely ruin your current career plans, right? Or what if you picked up a cricket bat and it turns out you're better than Virat Kohli? Oh no, the tragedy. You will have to leave your job and be a famous cricketer now. You get my drift? Or should I continue with more of my obnoxious, sarcastic examples? Okay, one more. What if you decide to open a business and you become a billionaire? Do you have such concerns? Would it be safe for us to assume that such concerns are not valid and are rather silly? Because if at all there is a chance of it happening, it won't happen accidentally. There is so much work, time, and effort involved in achieving anything worthwhile in life. This is applicable in all aspects of life, right? So similarly, if you go to a meditation program available to the general public, it is safe to say you won't leave your family and become an Aghori Baba or a yogi. Now, what is happening when you have such concerns is that you're not going into things fully. You're not giving it your 100%. Or let me say this in more modern terms. When you talk like this, it is clear to me that you're half-assing it. Not just with spirituality, this is applicable to everything that you do. Forget leaving your family and becoming a yogi. You're even half-hearted in your relationship with your family. This same family you're worried about leaving. Otherwise, why these doubts? Who can make you leave your spouse? You think you will sit for meditation and realize it is all Maya, and suddenly you're above petty relationships and the ways of the world, and you will float your uppity, holier than thou self and forever sit in a cave and be one with the Brahman. Snap out of your fantasies, man. You want an excuse to leave your family? Just do it. Don't use spirituality and meditation as a scapegoat. You hate your relationship and feel spirituality is an out. So go take it. Do your family a favor and leave them. No one wants to be your secondary backup option. This is all drama. You may fool your spouse into believing it sometimes if they're gullible. When you're in a fight with them, or you have been in a relationship for a long time now, and you're getting a bit disinterested and bored with your partner. So now you want an ego trip and the power to say, I will leave all of this and go to a guru and take brahmacharya and become enlightened. So don't tempt me, okay? I will leave. You may fool them with your empty threats and emotional blackmails, but to the ones who know what it is about, you look like a cunning, self-deceiving idiot. A cunning one because you have found a way to not give yourself and your heart fully to anything. Neither your family nor your spiritual path. And your family can become your spiritual path, by the way. You are an idiot because you think this will work out for you. You have found a very clever way to save your skin. The reality is you have one foot on one log, one foot on the other, and your smart-ass self is falling down right in the middle. Do you think my words are harsh? You must see that I am only pointing at the devious ways you have come up with to deceive your own self. You're betting against your own self here. You must see and observe within yourself. what ways you're doing this. Because this core formula is manifest in many, many varieties. For example, I have friends who have been trying to date, but they're not finding the right person for whatever reason. And that's fine. I know it's difficult sometimes. But what they do is, after a breakup or if it doesn't work out with someone, they will say, oh, I think I'm made for the spiritual path anyways. And they will use some quote by someone to justify themselves. Gautam Buddha said, it is better to walk alone than to walk with a fool. Now, Gautam Buddha said it. I'm not going to argue against it. I cannot. But you are saying this after the girl dumped you, okay? So spirituality is a fallback option for you. When something doesn't work out, I want to go become a monk. But on the way, if I see a hot chick who looks my way, let me buy her a drink first. Let's try that option out. You see the trickery here? It's surprisingly common. This applies to your job as well, the whining about it. My boss is such a terrible person. My colleagues are even worse. All these things just hold you back into giving yourself fully. You're trying to save yourself by not giving yourself fully. That may make sense today, where everybody seems to be so smart and well versed in modern psychology. Not giving yourself fully to anything is translated as having boundaries, which is a completely different thing. Having boundaries and giving yourself fully are not mutually exclusive. Okay, so I digressed a bit there, as I often do, but I hope we arrived at a few points on the way. Now, going back to where we started, do not go into anything half-hearted. Because even if you do give it your 100%, you won't master it. When I go to the gym, for example, I'm trying to be the biggest, baddest guy in there. Doesn't mean I'm stepping on stage or winning any competitions. That is not my intention. But I'm going to work out like a maniac anyway. Because I have an hour to spend in there, might as well give it my all. This is the reason I like to learn from the best. I went to Conor McGregor's movement coach, Ido Patel, to learn something, not because I'm a good athlete. In fact, I'm terrible. But I want to train like the best. When I cook, I look up videos of Gordon Ramsay. I may still burn the toast, but that's besides the point. When I wanted to know something about spirituality and meditation, I went to the best person I could find, and I gave it my all. But that doesn't mean I will suddenly become an all-knowing yogi. But if I give it my all, I may get something. I may get somewhere at least. So my argument to you is, what reason do you have to hold yourself back in anything that you're doing in your life? Doesn't matter what. Once you've decided to go into it, give it your all and stop looking for backdoor exits. When you start to get cunning and calculative about how much I should give and how much I will get, that's when you lose. In other areas of life, you may still get mediocre results at best. But spirituality, forget about it. You will get only to gossip about it. Talk about the gods and the goddesses and the states of samadhi, but you will not scratch the surface of it. If you're not willing to surrender your heart completely, and that is the lowest cost of entry, not to reach the highest. Sadhguru and I have spoken to each other a few times. I don't feel the need to speak to him. There's nothing that needs to be said anymore. What he deems me worthy of, he gives without words. That's the way it is, and that's the way it has always been. But there is one thing he said to me directly. Nischala Tattvam Jivan Mukti. These are words by Adi Shankaracharya. Understand what this means. Not conceptually, oh, I got it. No, really own it. Because it has taken me a lot of striving and time to just scratch the surface of it. And if you do it too, you will have all the freedom, all the mukti that any man could ever dream of while walking this earth. And nothing, you hear me? Nothing in the world compares to having tasted this. If you're interested in this, I may make a whole video about what we spoke about. But coming back to the point of this video, you have to give it your all. Do whatever it is that you have chosen to do. Because if you do not, you're doing yourself a great disservice. And what do you have to lose anyway? None of us are making out of this alive. And in the very process of giving it your all, of giving yourself completely in every aspect of your life, no matter how big and small you think it is, you may or may not win accolades or become the best in a comparative sense. But it won't matter, because as far as your life is concerned, you will be fulfilled. You will have no complaints from life. You will have lived a full life with a full heart. Take care and see you in the next one.